Hello everybody, I'm Carrie. Today we will discuss reading nuclear power. Sean, Ellen, and I will show you some information. This is our framework. I will talk about pros and cons of nuclear power, and Sean will show some renewable energy, and Ellen will summarize do we really need nuclear power? First part. There are 4 nuclear power plants in Taiwan. One is in Pingtung and the others are in New Taipei City, and the fourth one hasn't been finished yet. So let's talk about the cost. From this trend graph, we can find from 88 years to 102 years, the average value of the electric generation is 2.45, and the nuclear cost is 0.95, lower than average. Rather, from this data, we can find the nuclear power is the cheapest way to generate electricity in Taiwan. And from this graph, we can find the nuclear power is very stable. However, the coal-fired power generation accounts for 70% or so. Nuclear power only accounts for 80.8%. And from this data, we can find compared to coal-fired generation, the nuclear power emits less greenhouse gases. So, from above mentioned data and information, we can find the advantages of nuclear power is low cost, supplying electricity stably, and the third effect of reducing emission of CO2 is better than coal-fired power. Next is the advantages of nuclear power. First one is radioactive waste and the nuclear accident, and the last one is major impact on human life. The waste produced by nuclear reactors needs to be disposed at a safe place since it is extremely hazardous and can leak radiation if not stored properly. Such kind of waste should emit radiation from tens to hundreds of years. Also, these wastes contain radioisotopes with long half-lives. That means radioisotopes will stay in the atmosphere in some form or the other. And the reactive radicals will make the sand or the water content and can cause chemical reaction. But this waste can be used to make clear weapons, and that can pose a threat to our national security. Second one is nuclear accident. While so many new technologies have been put in place to make sure such disasters don't happen again like the one in Fukushima, the risks associated with them are still relatively high. Even small radiation leaks can cause a devastating effect, and that will pose a threat to human life. We all remember the disaster caused in Second World War after nuclear bombs were dropped over Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Even after 5 decades after the mishap, the baby is still born with defects. And there are some symptoms due to nuclear radiations: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and fatigue. People who work in the nuclear power plant or live in those areas have to face the risk of radiations. So, do we have any remedy for this? The answer is still no. So, maybe we can just think about or use other energy to generate electricity. Sean will show you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sean, and I want to talk about renewable energy. And thanks for Carrie's introduction and analysis of the current situation of nuclear power plant. From now on, let's see, the renewable energy. There are four kinds of renewable energy I want to introduce to you today. Hydropower, wind power, solar power, or you can call it photovoltaics, and biomass. Okay, let's take a look at this simple comparative table first. And one is the advantages, and the other block shows the disadvantages of the renewable power, hydro, wind, and solar. The advantage is one, the renewable power produce little or no waste products. How could it be? Because we only harness the resource to activate the whole process, but not transform this resource into another chemical substance or another natural types. Yeah, the generating process will only produce little or no waste after we make the power. And the advantage is too, the renewable power will never run out. Clearly, we know that these power which people take and harness from the natural environment are existing in our surrounding for a long time and without any harm, and is even a crucial ring of the natural cycle. However, there are two main disadvantages of this renewable power. One is the high construction cost but less efficient, or you can realize that besides the construction cost, the maintenance cost also a high cost for the renewable power. And then the reliability of the supply, for example, some weather effect. Like renewable energy often relies on weather of its source and source of power. Like hydro generator needs rain to fill the dam to supply the flowing water. Or wind turbine needs wind to turn the blade. And the solar collector needs clear sunshine and needs sunshine to activate the whole system. And then I will talk about the biomass. And then it is clean and it's also renewable and abundant, and it can reduce the landfill and without any waste. But it also has some disadvantages, like it is expensive and it is not efficient as compared to the fossil fuel, and it is harmful for the environment. And why it is harmful to the environment? Because even though the whole process, the biofuel produce will absorb its own carbon dioxide during its growth, but like methane gases, the plant won't absorb these kind of gases. But these gases which will cause the global warming as well. So I think it has a long way to go. And let's take a look at this graph. The vertical axis shows the cost and the horizontal axis shows the timeline. And as we can see, the photovoltaics cost goes down and hit low at 2040. And the nuclear costs low in the future. But why the renewable power become more important? Because the improvement of the technology, and as to the biomass, the different type of biofuel will be discovered, and the storage cost of the nuclear waste going up in the future. So I think the renewable power's importance will be obvious in the future. So think about it. Do we really need nuclear power? So I will pass my microphone to Alan to show you the ending.
So, hi, I'm Alan. So after Terry's and Sean's analysis, I will make a conclusion for you guys. So this is our situation. Our planet is facing the climate change, and now it's half urban. We're moving to the city, and 5 out of 6 of us living in the developing world. we education our kids, and the most important thing that they will want beside our job is electricity. We'll fight against the climate crisis by transitioning the electricity mix away from its heavy emphasis on coal-fired power. But this will be a waste if we transition the coal to another dangerous source, nuclear. Various nuclear programs are undergoing in developed world like India. Not to mention that nuclear advantage is far ahead than advantage of fossil fuel. So that's the reason why the nuclear is the most favored technology to produce energy. But from Mark Jacobson's study can tell us the nuclear puts out more carbon dioxide, puts out more pollutant, enhance the motility more, and take longer to preserve more than real renewables energy systems. And don't forget the nuclear weapon. That would be a disaster. And we all know the Fukushima disaster, and this disaster showed the world that nuclear is clearly fundamentally unsafe. And Sean just told us a few seconds ago, there are so many renewables are ready to take over the nuclear. And in fact, we can produce 100% of our energy from renewables by 2050. And I believe at that time, this renewable will be constant, clean, and scalable. And the nuclear age will still rise against the nuclear because it's an unacceptable risk to the environment and to the life form. We all know a famous example, but that's not real life. His name is Godzilla. And the only solution is to kill all the nuclear energy and to shut down all the existing plants. That would be the answer. So do we really need a nuclear? My answer is no. And I hope we could create a nuclear-free world in the future. Thank you for listening.
And one last